Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Okay, everyone's there. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Okay.
evening.
So we'll start our class. So I am a little disappointed. Some of you didn't. So only 2 of you submitted your homework. Lakshara, good job. You submitted your homework. Thank you for that. Rio, good job. I know you sometimes you don't always have the cell phone. So I saw that you copied the notes. Good job. One more thing you were supposed to do, Rio, is also write 2 sentences by yourself. Okay, so we're gonna practice, and everyone else. So Kajanan, Roshli, Sanjana, Sakishna, Dinuja, what happened? Why didn't you do your homework, everyone? Only Lakshara and Rio did it.
I forget, miss.
You forgot? Okay. Okay,
I don't
so
know.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to redo the lesson. Okay, so you have to, when I tell you in class what the homework is, in your notebook, you should write down right away what your homework is. Okay, because you might forget the next day what you have to do. You don't have to do the homework right away because you have until next week, but you have to write down in your notebook what your homework is. விளங்குதா? நான் homework சொல்லிக்கல class முடிஞ்ச உடனே இல்ல class அந்த நான் சொல்லிக்கல எழுதி வைக்கணும். And நான் கேட்கிறேன் நான் உங்களை ஏதாவது questions இருக்குதா விளங்குதா? You're not going to learn and improve if you don't do your homework. You have to pay attention in class, but you also have to practice. So when you're not in class during the week, you can watch the videos again, especially those that are new that join. The lessons we already did, you should watch and learn. The other students, even the students that were here before, you should remind yourself, because we're gonna everything builds on each other, right? So a while ago we did singular plural. Do you still remember that? Do you still remember past, present, and future? Things like that, okay? Because you need everything to then learn the language properly. Okay, so this week it's okay. I know some of you forgot, but for going forward, I need everyone to submit their homework. Okay? Okay. So today in class, part of our time, we are going to practice writing sentences. But first, I'm going to do a quick review of sentence structure before we get there. And because it's a lesson, I'm going to ask you guys instead of me saying all of it. I want to see if you remember. Okay, there's no point in me repeatedly teaching the same things over and over again if you guys are not going to remember and practice. I'm going to see and who remembers without seeing. So can someone tell me what a sentence is? What is a sentence? You can put your hand up within the screen. Roshni, what is a sentence? Unmute and tell me. You put your hand up, right, Amma?
I want to ask the question. Miss,
Yes?
what sentence we want to say?
No, I'm asking you, what is a sentence? Last week, we learned what like a sentence is. So what does it mean? Like, what is a sentence? Do you know? No? Okay. So we're going to review it again, but after this week, you guys should remember, okay? Because we're doing this the second time. So what is a sentence? It's a group of words that expresses a complete thought. It could be a short sentence, it could be a long sentence, but it's a group of words that expresses a complete thought. So for example, the dog runs. Does anyone remember how many parts there are in it? How many things there needs to be in a sentence? We learned about a few things. If you know, put your hand up. If you don't, then don't put your hand up. Sakishna, turn on your camera, Amma. Anybody remember? Nope. Okay.
Would the dog run?
That's the sentence. We learned that there are 4 parts to a sentence. How many parts to a sentence are there, Rio? How many parts to a sentence?
4.
Good job. Good job, Rio. 4 parts. Okay. Who's gonna Kajanin, can you tell me one of the parts?
Yes.
What's one part of a sentence?
One part of the sentence.
It's on your screen. The answer is on the screen.
Capital.
Good. A sentence must start with a capital letter. So good job, Lakshara. When you submitted your homework, your sentences started with a capital letter. Good job. Sakishna, what's another part of a sentence? One is capital. Can you give me another one? Sakishna?
Word.
Verb. Good. Verb is another part. Do you remember what a verb means, Sakishna?
Yes.
What is a verb?
The sentence.
Yeah, it's part of a sentence. But what does a verb, here, I'm going to help you a little bit. Everyone pay attention so we don't have to do the same thing over again. So
We doing something.
Yeah, so what the subject is doing. So in the sentence, what the subject is doing. And does anyone remember how many types of verbs there are? It's on the screen if anyone wants to tell me. Sakishna, is your hand up? No.
No, miss.
2? Roshli, you can tell me, how many types of verbs are there?
5.
No, but these are 5 examples of verbs. But so verbs, there are action verbs. Right here, you can see action verbs and helping verbs. Action verbs are usually easy to tell because it's like run, jump, eat.
Helping word.
Yeah, second type is helping verbs. So these are examples of helping verbs. Are, was, is, has, had. Those are all helping verbs.
Helping word.
Okay? Okay. So there's action verbs and helping verbs. Okay. So we said there are 4 parts to a sentence. One is capital letter, one is verb. Sanjana, can you tell me one now? What's another part of a sentence? The answer is on the screen, Sanjana.
Helping words.
Okay, that's a verb. So when we talk about verbs, there's helping verbs and action verbs, right? But there's 4 parts to a sentence. As you can see here, the title, 4 parts of a sentence. Yeah. And one person already said capital. One person said verb. So there are 2 more left. What are they? Sanjana, do you know the answer? What do you see in blue and purple on the screen?
Verb.
Sorry?
Verb.
Verb, Sakishna Solita. So no one said this blue one and no one said this purple one. What are they? Give me one of them.
Subject.
Yeah, thank you, Rio. Thank you, Rio. I'm asking Sanjana right now, but that is correct, Rio. Sanjana?
What means?
Do you want விளங்குதா?
Yes, miss.
நான் என்ன கேக்குறேன் உங்களை?
And the blue color.
Sorry, திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க.
Blue color.
Okay, அது என்ன சொல்லி இருக்கு இதுல blue colorல?
Subject.
Subject. Okay. So sentenceல 4 part இருக்குது, right? There's 4 parts to a sentence. அப்போ அதுல ஒரு part என்ன சஞ்சனா? நீங்க இப்ப சொன்னது என்ன?
Subject.
Subject. Okay, so இனிமே கேட்க you have இது ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்கணும், okay? So on this subject, redல என்ன எழுதி இருக்கு சஞ்சனா?
What means?
Redல என்ன எழுதி? What's this one that I have my mouse on in red? What does this say?
Pepper.
இப்ப முதல் கஜினன் சொல்லிட்டு கேட்கலையாமா? It's capital.
Capital.
So what does that mean? A sentence has to start with the capital letter.
Capital letter.
Right, okay. You said there has to be a subject. Sakishna said there has to be a verb. And for verb, there are 2 types of verbs. There is an action verb and there are helping verbs. Okay, Lakshara, what is the last part of a sentence? So we already said capital letter, we said subject, we said verb. What's the last part of a sentence?
Punctuation.
Sorry, Emma?
Punctuation.
Good, thank you, Lakshara. Punctuation. Good. See, when I ask a question, Lakshara's listening and she's paid attention last week too. She did her homework, so she's able to answer it properly, quickly. So, like, it should be like that, okay? If we learn a lesson, we can't learn the same lesson over and over again because we're wasting time, right? You guys should practice doing practice it during the week. That's why Nalini Aunty records these and puts them online. Okay? Okay. So everybody pay attention. எல்லாரும் வரிவா கவனிங்கோ. I'm going to say it one more time, but everybody should understand. உங்களுக்கு விளங்காட்டி, that's okay. என்ன கேள்வி கேளுங்க. Ask me questions. I asked you, right? Does anyone have any questions? So you can ask as many questions as you want until you understand it. But whatever we learn during class, you need to understand it. Okay? So, a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Everybody should be paying attention in class. Don't look away anywhere else, okay? A group of words that expresses a thought. Okay? There are 4 parts to a sentence. A sentence can be very long. It doesn't mean there's 4 words in a sentence. There's 4 parts. It has to start with a capital letter. There has to be a subject. There has to be a verb. And at the end, there has to be some punctuation. And we've learned common punctuations already. Period, question mark, exclamation mark. Okay? So, the first one, again, repeating, the first letter has to be a capital letter. Okay? So, this is a capital T. This is a small t. So when we write the girl jumps, the T, the first letter, is a capital, not a lowercase. ஏதாவது கேள்வியா இருக்கும் அதுல விளங்குதா? முதல் எழுத்து கேபிட்டல் எழுத்தா இருக்கணும். எல்லாருக்கும் விளங்குதுன்னா தலையாட்டுங்க மேலேயும் கீழேயும். Yes. Okay. அடுத்தது subject. ஒரு வசனத்துல there has to be a subject. What is the subject? It basically is who is the sentence about. Every sentence has to be about a subject. The subject could be a person, the subject could be a place, or the subject can be a thing. So a person, I can say my subject is about Kajanin, or my sentence is about Kajanin, or my sentence is about Dinuja. They are a person. Okay? It could be about a place. So the sentence could be about a castle. It could be about a house. It could be about a park. Okay? The sentence could be about a thing. I can be talking about a water bottle. I could be talking about a book. It could be about a thing. Okay? So I'm going to ask a question. Let's see. What is a subject? Dinuja, can you tell me what are the 3 types of subjects?
Person.
Good. One is a person. What's another one, Dinuja? So we did person. What's this one?
Place.
Good. And what's the last one?
What's
What's the last one? Person, place, and what's this last one?
Thing.
Thing. What is an example of a person? So I gave an example. So what is an example of a person? So if I say Dinuja, is that an example of a person, Dinuja? If I say your name? Is that an example of a person, Dinuja? I'm asking you, Amma. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. What's an example of a place? I just gave a few examples when I was teaching. What is an example of a place? Does somebody want to help her? Please put your hand up if you have an example of a place. I just spoke about this. Gajinin, go ahead.
A place is a.
Say that
We
again.
live in a place, like a city.
Good job. And can you give me an example of a thing?
A thing is a object.
Yeah, so can you give me an example?
A thing is an object or a animal.
Okay, so what's an example? So I showed this as a water bottle, right? So that is a thing. What's an example of another thing, Kajinin?
A
book?
animal.
An animal or a book, right? Okay, thanks, Kajin. Thank you, Kajinin. So let's see. Tinuja, again, coming back to you. What are the 3? What a subject is who the sentence is about. So there's 3 types of things it can be about. So what are they, Tinuja? They're in blue here. What are the 3? Dinuja, you can unmute and then tell me. What are the 3?
Person.
Okay, next.
Place.
Or?
Think.
Good. Okay, belangada Dinuja, innende. So innende.
Yes.
Okay, so what is an example of a person? Dinuja, what is an example of a person? Dinuja, Dinuja.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the answer? What is an example of a person? We just went through this. Okay, Sakishna, can you help her?
Person.
What's an example of a person?
Person can run.
Dinuja, sorry, Sakishna, are you paying attention? You didn't know the answer, so I asked someone to help you. If someone else is speaking, it doesn't mean you go and relax. You have to also listen so you learn, okay? Okay, so I'm going to ask you again, Dinuja. So Sakishna, what is an example of a person?
Person can do something.
Okay, so if I'm writing a sentence, if I say Sakishna read a book, who is the person in that?
Anish.
If I say Sakishna read a book, in that sentence, who is the person?
Sakishna.
Good. So an example of a person is Sakishna. Similarly, it could be Lakshara. It could be Rio. It could be Dinuja. So an example of a person is your names. You guys are all people. Or Vidya. Yeah. What is an example of a place? Kajanan gave an example. So does anyone remember what Kajanan said or have another example? What is an example of a place? Shira, do you want to try, Emma? Do you want to try an example of a place? You can unmute and try. What's an example, Lakshara?
The
Say that again. What's an example of a place? What do you see in this pic? What do you see in the picture on the screen under the word place? What is this, Emma?
home.
A home, yeah. So a home is a place, right? A house? That's a place.
There is a home.
Yeah. So a home is a place. Is a park a place?
Yes.
Yes. Is Malaysia a place?
Yes.
Is Philippines a place?
Yes.
Okay. Pool a place? So everyone, all those are examples of places. Malaysia, different country names, different cities, like Kajnan mentioned, a house, a park, a room, even a room, the kitchen in your house, wherever you live, the kitchen, that's a place. It could be a big place, it could be a small place. Okay, those are examples of different places. Okay, I'm going to go back a step and see if you remember. So, Dinuja, what is an example of a person? Dinuja? We did this before. Let's see if you remember. What's an example of a person? Dinuja, I'm asking you, Amma. Dinuja, can you hear me?
Yes.
What did I just ask you? Dinuja, உங்களுக்கு English விளங்குமா?
Yes, miss.
Okay, நான் சொல்றது விளங்காட்டிக்கு நீங்க தமிழ்ல சொல்லி கேட்கலாம். That's okay because நாங்க இங்க learn பண்ண வந்திருக்கிறோம். But நான் முதல் கேட்ட same கேள்வி கேட்கிறேன் இப்ப. What is an example of a place? விளங்கலைன்னா you can tell me. That's okay. Dinujaக்கு விளங்குதாமா?
Yes, miss.
Okay, நான் என்ன கேள்வி கேட்டேன் நான் உங்களை?
என்ன சொல்லி கேட்கறாங்கன்னு சொல்லுங்களா நீங்க முடிச்சு பண்ணிக்கிறீங்களா?
Okay, நான் இன்னொரு ஆளை கேட்டுட்டு திருப்பி வரேன். இப்ப நீங்க கேட்டுக்கொண்டு இருங்க, okay? Okay, so Rio, unmute பண்றீங்களா?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What is an example of a person? We did this a few times. What is an example of a person? Can you give me an example of a person?
The man.
Good. The man. Good job. Another example is you can say your name, Rio. Rio is an example of a person or teacher or student or your mom, your dad. Yeah, sister, brother, friend. Those are all examples of person, a baby. Good. Okay. Rio, can you give me an example of a place?
I go to beach.
Sorry?
I go to beach.
Good. Beach. Beach is an example of a place. Good job, Rio. Perfect. Okay. Socially left. Okay. Kajanin, can you give me, can you try
Yes.
give me an example of a thing?
A thing. Okay. A thing is an object, item, an animal.
Oh yeah, sorry, I did ask you last time too. I'm so sorry, Kajin. You already answered that. Sorry, Kajinin. I'll ask Sanjana. Sanjana. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah. Sanjana, can you unmute? Can you tell me what is an example of a thing?
Sanjana.
Yeah, Sanjana, you can tell me. Can you tell me?
Sanjana.
Sanjana is not a thing. Sanjana is a person, right? What is an example of a thing? Kajinin just gave us the answer. He gave us some examples too.
I go to park.
Sorry?
I go to park.
Okay. I go to the park. Okay, so that the subject in that is a place, a park. Just how Rio said beach, that's a place. What is an example of a thing? What is this a picture of right here? Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Yeah. So a thing can be an animal. It could be a water bottle. It could be a phone. It could be a pen. It could be a book. Those are all things. Okay? And then, okay, so let's take a break. I'm a little, everyone, if you don't understand something, look, ஏதாவது விளங்காட்டிக்கு எனக்கு கேட்கணும். Because நான் படிப்பிச்சு கொண்டு போய்க்க, I think you guys understand. And when I'm asking questions now, Kajinin is answering correctly. Rio is answering correctly. Lakshara, you are. Sakishna, you are. Some of you are not. And even if you don't know fully, you can try answering because that's how you learn. It's okay to make mistakes. Pulavutta adu paravaila, but try pannonum. Apathan padikalam. Okay? I can't teach the same lesson every week again and again. It's wasting your time and my time. Today, this was supposed to be a quick review before we did today's lesson. But now we're doing the lesson all over again. So maybe the way I'm teaching you, you don't understand. That's okay. You can ask me questions. Okay? So you understand. Okay. Let's take a break and come back because we're halfway through class. So I want everyone to stand up. So, yeah, so I will send a specific link to 4 classes in the group. Listen to those 4 classes. அப்படினா எல்லாரும் ஒரே same 4 கேப்பீங்க. And நான் அதுல base பண்ணி additional questions அடுத்த கிழமை கேப்பேன். Okay? So sentence அதோட சேர்த்து இதையும் நீங்க ரிவ்யூ பண்ணணும். நான் இந்த PowerPoint slides உங்களுக்கு அனுப்பிட்டேன். So for example, ரியோ எனக்கு அதை காப்பி பண்ணி எழுதி இருந்தவர். So அப்படி எழுதிக்கே நீங்க உங்களுக்கு practice ஆகும். Okay? Okay. So இன்றைக்கு நான் கடைசியா வச்சிருந்த activity இது. Other save them because we're nearing the end. So I'm going to go to the last slide. So in class, because நீங்க homework எனக்கு 2 பேர் மட்டும்தான் செய்து அனுப்பி இருக்கிறீங்க. அப்ப I wanted to test, it's a surprise test in class. Okay? So I'm going to give you, everybody get a piece of paper and a pencil. உங்களுக்கு முன்னால இருக்கணும், இல்லாட்டி போய் எடுத்துட்டு வாங்க. And இருக்கிறார்கள் தொடங்கலாம். You have to write today I and finish the sentence. I enjoy, finish the sentence.
Excuse me.
Sorry. So நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்னா உங்களுக்கு யாருக்கும் இது செய்ய கஷ்டமா இருந்தா பரவாயில்லை. சொல்லணும் முதலே. Okay?
ஒரு கோடு அந்த
கோடு இருக்கிற இடம் எல்லாரும் மியூட் பண்ணுங்க உங்களோட வால்யூமை. சோ கோடு வந்து மீனிங் நீங்க அதுல உங்களுக்கு விருப்பமான வேர்ட்ஸ் எழுதி அந்த வசனத்தை முடிக்கணும். அப்ப ஒரு உதாரணமாக முதலாவது வந்து today I went to the park and முடிக்கலாம். Today I had English class எழுதலாம். Or today I ate rice எழுதலாம். இதென்றான today ஐயோட அந்த வசனம் தொடங்கணும். நீங்க விருப்பமான மாதிரி முடிக்கலாம். இந்த வசனங்கள் நீங்க எழுதிக்கல நாங்க படிச்ச 4 சாமானியம் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். ஒரு வசனம் எழுதிக்க முதலாவது எழுத்து கேபிட்டல் எழுத்தா இருக்கணும். இதுல வார எல்லா வசனத்திலையும் முதலாவது எழுத்து கேபிட்டல் லெட்டரா இருக்குது. அடுத்தது ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்கணும், ஒரு வசனத்துல ஒரு verb இருக்கணும். ஆக்ஷன் வெர்பா இருக்கலாம் அல்ல ஹெல்பிங் வெர்பா இருக்கலாம். இப்ப ஆக்ஷன் வெர்ப் வந்து run, jump அப்படி இருக்கலாம் அல்ல helping verb are, were அப்படி இருக்கலாம். அடுத்தது there has to be a subject, a person, place or thing. இந்த முதலாவதுல today the sentence is about you, I. So if Sanjana is writing, it's about Sanjana. If Rio is writing, it's about Rio. Okay? And the last part of a sentence is a period, punctuation. Idhula varadellam period, but you can use exclamation mark, you can use question mark if that makes sense. So in your group, I'm also going to send a picture of this, but I want you to start working on it now because a lot of you are not doing your homework. And நான் இப்பவே தந்திருக்கேன், யாருக்கு கேள்வி இருந்தா எனக்கு யாருக்காவது கேள்வி இருந்தா எனக்கு கேளுங்க. விளங்காட்டிக்கு எனக்கு கேளுங்க. Okay? So anyone have any questions? கேள்வி இருந்தா unmute பண்ணிட்டு எனக்கு கேட்கலாம். சதீஷ்னா சொல்லுங்கம்மா.
Number 2 எனக்கு தெரியல மிஸ்.
Okay, I enjoy. Good job. Thank you for asking, Sakishna. I enjoy. Enjoy என்றா எனக்கு இப்ப செய்ய விருப்பம். So for example, I enjoy eating rice. I enjoy singing. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy reading books. Enjoy என்றா எனக்கு அது செய்ய எனக்கு விருப்பம். Okay, Amma, Sanjana. Yeah? Okay. இதுல சில பேருக்கு இந்த மூன்றாவதுல அந்த F அந்த word தெரியாம இருக்கலாம். Futureனா எதிர்காலம். In the future and a comma போடுறீங்க. இப்ப உங்க sentence comma better if it doesn't make sense you can leave out the comma. So in the future எதிர்காலத்துல and then அந்த வசனத்தை முடியுங்க.
Miss, number 3.
Unmute பண்ணிட்டு கேட்கலாம். சதீஷ் ஏதோ சொன்னீங்களாமா?
Yes, miss. Number 3 என்னது?
Yeah. 3 வந்து in the future. Futureனா எதிர்காலம். So இப்ப in the future I want to என்ன முடிக்கலாம். Like if you want to do something in the future, எதிர்காலத்துல எனக்கு ஆசிரியரா வர விருப்பம். எதிர்காலத்துல எனக்கு கூடைப்பந்து விளையாட விருப்பம். Future in the like it's going to happen. Like எதிர்காலம், I think it's எதிர்காலம் and future and
எதிர்காலம் இனி வரப்போறது.
இனி வரப்போறது. சகிஷா அது விளங்குதாமா?
Yes, please.
Present tense இப்ப நடக்கிறது. இப்ப நிகழ்காலம் என்று சொல்ல தெரியாட்டியும் இப்ப நடக்கிறது. past tense நடந்து முடிஞ்சது. future நடக்க போறது. இனி வர போற, உங்களுக்கு இனி அடுத்த வருஷம் வர போற கிளாஸுக்கு போறீங்க, 2ஆம் வகுப்பு போறீங்க, அப்ப இனி நடக்க போற, கோயிலுக்கு போறீங்க, 2 நாளைக்கு பிறகு அம்மாவோட கோயிலுக்கு போறீங்கன்னா இனி நடக்க போகுது. இப்ப கரண்ட்லி நடந்தோண்டு, இப்ப நடந்தோண்டு இருக்கிறதுக்கு நிகழ்காலம் present tense. சரியா? ஓகே அம்மா.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorryடா.
No, thank you. No, that's helpful. Sakishna, கேள்வியா கேட்கிற, வேற யாருக்கும் விளங்காட்டி ப்ளீஸ் கேளுங்க கேள்வி, ஓகே? சகிஷ்னா சொல்லுங்கம்மா.
My favorite என்ன மிஸ்?
உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஃபேவரட்? இப்ப ஃபேவரட் கலர் எழுதலாம், ஃபேவரட் ஃபுட் எழுதலாம். உங்களுக்கு எப்படி முடிக்க விருப்பமோ நீங்க அப்படி முடிக்கலாம். இப்ப முந்தி செய்திருக்கிறோம் ஃபேவரட் ஃபுட், ஃபேவரட் கலர். வேற ஒருத்தருக்கும் கேள்விகள் இல்லையா?
No, miss.
Okay. சஞ்சனா, எந்த வசனம் எழுதி கொண்டு இருக்குவீங்க? சஞ்சனா அம்மா.
Yes, miss.
எந்த வசனம், எத்தனையாவது வசனம் எழுதி கொண்டிருக்கீங்க? அதுல நம்பரா போட்டா உங்களுக்கு ஈஸி. எது? Sorry, which one? மூன்றாவது. Okay, okay. கஜினன், கேள்வி இருக்கா?
No. I'm writing the end.
The last one?
No. I'm writing the first one.
First one? If you have any questions, you can let me know. யாருக்காவது கேள்வி இருந்தா
I write all 5 answers, but I didn't write the question.
Okay, so like, what have you written down so far, Kajanin? You don't have to tell me, but you can just at least keep going. We only have 7 more minutes of class. We'll see. We'll see what if you guys can't finish within class time after class. I know, Rio, you have to give the phone back, so that's okay. When you get a chance after, you can send it. Sakishna and Dinuja, please turn your cameras back on. Dinuja, எதை எழுதி கொண்டிருக்கீங்க அம்மா? Dinuja?
Miss, அஞ்சாவது question miss?
அஞ்சாவது வந்து one day I want to. So உங்களுக்கு என்ன, it's similar to number 3, but நீங்க வித்தியாசமா ஏதாவது எழுதலாம். One day I want to, you can even say go to the park. One day I want to become a singer. One day I want to plant a tree. One day I want to sing on a stage. One day I want to write a book in English. And something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So everyone's sentences will be different. This is for you to practice putting the 4 parts of a sentence together. This was part of your, similar to this was your homework, but I'm trying to make it a little easier. I gave you the start of the sentence this time.
Teacher, I write the answers.
Okay, so after class, we're gonna finish class soon. Can you please use your phone, use the phone to take a picture and send it in the group? Are you in the group? Like, or your parents' phone in the group?
Yeah, I'm.
Okay, so please send it to me and the text at the top of all your pages. Please write your name at the top of the page and then send it to me. Rio,
Yes, miss.
Okay, so உன phone I know எடுத்துட்டு வேணும் soon. அப்ப நீங்க இப்ப இந்த class முடியுது இதோட. So நான் எல்லாருக்கும் இருக்க homework ஞாபகப்படுத்துறேன். இப்ப நீங்க எழுதினதை எனக்கு groupல அனுப்பணும். அடுத்ததாவது 4 பழைய வீடியோ நான் ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா அனுப்புவேன். அந்த வீடியோவை பார்த்து நீங்க லிசன் பண்ணிக்கல உங்களோட நோட் புக்ல எல்லாரையும் ஒரு பேப்பர்ல என்னென்ன அதுல படிச்சு நீங்கன்னு எழுதணும். ஓகே, எழுதி எனக்கு அனுப்பணும். ஓகே, சோ வீடியோ நீங்க கிளாஸ் விட்டு போயிட்டு நீங்க இப்ப எழுதினத படம் எடுத்து எனக்கு அனுப்புங்க. அப்பதான் நீங்க நேரத்துக்கு போனை கொடுக்கலாம். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ. Hajanan, I know Tamal's a little hard for you, so I'm going to just explain it one more time. So the homework, after you cut the class, like leave the class, take a picture of what you wrote, send it in the group. I'm also going to send 3 videos in the class 4 videos of previous classes. I need you guys to listen and take notes on the things you learned in that class. So, for example, the notes, the stuff in the slides, as an example. Okay, so I think we're okay. I will send for those who did not finish, I will send a picture of these questions, these beginning of the sentences in the group, so you can complete it and send it to me. Does anyone have any questions?
Miss, I already finished.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for those who finished. Some of you may need more time, but everyone must send it to me. If you do not send it to me, I will have to talk to me or Nalini auntie will have to talk to your parents. Doing your homework is important, and this time I made it easier. We started in class. So there should be no excuses of why you cannot finish your homework, okay? Okay, so you guys can leave class.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Rio and the answers and a group, okay? You can leave the class, Rio. Leave the class and send it to me. Bye, Rio.
Bye, miss.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, miss.
No problem. Everybody understand?
Bye, miss. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.